Tuesday Insights Meteorologist Danielle Noyes here for the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network. Lots to cover today. Here's what this video will discuss. Tropical Storm Erin update. Heat wave continues. It'll end up being a 4 or 5 day heat wave for some cities and towns. Timing out the thunderstorm risk for our Wednesday and some of us into Thursday. Humidity goes up and down as well. And I do want to show you that because it's really going to fluctuate here. It will be humid. Predicted dew point during the day on Wednesday, running in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So it does go up. It feels soupy. It is going to be in the 80s and 90s again. Watch as I play things through. By Thursday, it's still up for most of central, southern, eastern New England, but some drier air is going to be coming into northern New England. And watch what happens by Thursday night into Friday. Woof, we get those dew points dropping. Fresh new air comes in. You will feel the difference by the time we get to Friday. Much more comfortable, low humidity levels. And then we head into the weekend. The dew points slowly creep back up into the 60s by Saturday. So it's not oppressive, but it does start to increase again. And by the time we get to Sunday, dew points will be squarely into the 60s. So it is the more humid of the 2 weekend days. So it is going to be up and down a little bit. A reminder, we've got the 2-week dew point forecast and feels like forecast included in each of our membership levels. We're pushing for 600 members now. Can you help us do it? Thanks to all those that have signed up so far. Membership.onedegreeoutside.com for all the details you need. Meantime, Tropical Storm Erin still well out in the Atlantic off the west coast of Africa. Still a tropical storm with 45-mile-per-hour gusts. This was the 11 a.m. advisory that was just issued, gusting to 60. Erin will continue westward motion and gradually strengthen. By the time we get to later on Thursday, will likely be a Category 1 hurricane at that point, still well out in the Atlantic, still well east of the Lesser Antilles Islands. Take it out through Friday and the start of the weekend. Continued strengthening is likely. Major hurricane status, which is a Category 3 or above. This is the map by the time we get to Sunday morning. Notice there's the cone of probability. So actually far northern portions of Puerto Rico are now in that. And the bottom line here is that obviously with a major hurricane sitting likely north of Puerto Rico, the East Coast does need to be on guard and keep an eye out on the latest forecast trends. The odds favor a curve then to the north and potentially staying off the East Coast, but there are a lot of different factors in play. We're actually going to have an updated deep dive into the tropics later on today, so keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, our weather map across the country features a cold front slicing through portions of the Great Lakes and then down into the Ohio Valley during the day on Wednesday. So that will be the trigger for thunderstorms here in New England as well. And will also mean a threat for some isolated flash flooding all the way from the Gulf, actually eastern Texas, stretching back up to portions of New England. Is everyone going to see flash flooding? No, but the risk is there. It's a low risk, but it's still present from northern Maine, stretching down through central and northern New Hampshire and much of the state of Vermont into perhaps northern Berkshire County. So bottom line there is that we may get some localized flash flooding in any of the downpours or thunderstorms that do develop tomorrow. And we'll take a closer look at those in a second. The front continues to push offshore on Thursday, so southern, eastern, central New England still into a threat for a thunderstorm, and then there's that high pressure, the new area that builds in for the end of the week on Friday. So beautiful for Friday and to start the weekend ahead of another cold front by the time we get to Sunday. So let's time things out. We wake up with some clouds and some patchy fog that burns off and lifts for most areas during the day tomorrow. By midday, a couple storms starting to pop in far north and western New England. These will slide east. Notice they're scattered in nature. Don't focus on the exact placement, but you get the idea. It is a day to be weather aware tomorrow. Even by the time we get to, let's say, late afternoon to early evening, most of the action is focused in northern, central, western New England. They will slide east, and some of them may hold together with this amount of heat and humidity in place into the evening hours, even 8, 9, 10 o'clock for much of central, eastern New England. Then it kind of forms into an area of rain that will continue to slide east with some embedded thunder during the late evening and overnight. So there may be a few storms that are on the stronger side tomorrow, isolated strong to severe weather. And that means you want to have our app on standby, the location turned on, alerts turned on as well. Damaging wind gusts, localized heavy downpours. The biggest threat, obviously, lightning and any storms that develop. All right, Thursday morning, we're waking up generally dry, but notice pop, pop, pop. We get a few thunderstorms that start to fire up by midday to early afternoon. Central, southern, eastern New England. A couple of these could be on the feisty side too, because we're still going to be up near 90. So damaging wind gusts, maybe even some small hail possible. by the time we get to Thursday afternoon and evening. Again, that risk is greatest in southern and eastern New England, and then we get the clearing that comes in after that. So bottom line, in terms of a meteor shower, by the way, we talked about this in Sunday Evening Essentials a few days ago. The Perseid meteor shower is peaking tonight and tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow night, there's going to be some storms and clouds around, so that's going to inhibit viewing. So the bottom line is you do want to get out there and enjoy it tonight with mainly clear skies. Now, the moon is inhibiting viewing just a little bit. It's still about 84% full. So maybe if you can kind of look away from the moon, blot it out a little bit, get away from any light sources. Don't look at your cell phone. And that's the best shot of seeing it. They originate from the comet Swift-Tuttle. An ideal viewing, say from 10 p.m. until the pre-dawn hours. And it won't be the max viewing where you can see, 30, 40, 50 per hour, but maybe 10 to 20 will be doable if you kind of look at the skies overnight tonight. If you are able to snap any or see some, let us know. High temperatures, all right, during the day on Wednesday, still going into the 90s. This is a hot stretch. Far northern New England, upper 80s to low 90s. We may hit some records. We did yesterday. We may do it again during the day tomorrow. 90 to 95 degrees in many areas in central and southern New England. We should hold off the sea breeze tomorrow with the southwest wind. Overnight lows running around or just over 70 for much of southern and eastern New England tomorrow night, 60s in the north. So it is a kind of uncomfortable night for sleeping with some pockets of rain and downpours still around and some clouds as well. Thursday, we start to get more comfortable in northern New England. Highs running in the upper 70s to low 80s. The farther south you come, still hanging on to some humidity and heat with highs 85 to 90, 70s and 80s on Cape Cod. Then we clear the skies out and get comfortable air that comes in so you can open up the windows. Thursday night, overnight lows for many areas will drop back into the 50s and 60s in southern New England with dropping humidity. We may actually have a couple upper 40s in the far north country. And then Friday, beautiful day. Bright skies, low humidity, temperatures running 80 to 85, wind coming in off the ocean, 70s on the Cape. And then Saturday, we start to bump the temperature back up squarely into the 80s, and the humidity goes up as well. We'll be 85 to near 90 in spots again by the time we get to Sunday. You'll see it in the app. Free, 5 stars, great reviews as well. More info at app.onedegreeoutside.com. Just search Noyes 1 Degree Outside Weather on the App Store and Google Play. Merchandise at swag.onedegreeoutside.com.